Hello guys, welcome back to Tabletop Celts. I'm Jack. Today I'm going to be playing some 40k for you guys. So I'm going to be using the open war cards. It's going to be 800 points. I've got a scenario which is kind of like an ambush. So Space Marines are ambushing some traitor guard. I'm going to be using my custom Space Marines and my custom guard. For the traitor guard, I'm going to be using just the standard Astra Militarum rulebook and the Psychic Awakening book. So the thing I'm adding on, because it's an ambush, I'm giving the Space Marines a +1 to their roll, kind of like how 8 used to work. Pretty much it. I'm just playing then the rest as match play rules. So 800 points, and yeah, everything else will be the same. So I'll go through the army list now. I'll start off with the guard army list, and then I'll do the Space Marines, then I'll do some pre-game stuff, like map layout, objective, and stuff like that. So welcome to the Astra Militarum army list. So I'm running a patrol for this. My warlord is a tank commander, so he's got a Lehman Russ, he's got a demolisher cannon, 2 heavy flamers, and a las cannon. Because I'm using the Psychic Awakening book, I've got a tank ace, but I'll leave that later on when I've done the actual army list. For the battle line, I've got a 10-man infantry squad. With the infantry, I've got a Chimera transport. It's got the las gun array, a heavy stubber, and a multi-laser. So it's not the best build for it, but looks cool. So that'll be transporting them. It's also transporting, I've got a platoon commander, so this is a elite choice, I think. So he's also going in the Chimera. Oh, I also forgot, for the infantry I've got a Voxcaster. The rest of them just have las guns in the squad. Then I've got 2 heavy choices. I've got a Wyvern. So this is the one, it's like a grenade launcher. It doesn't need line of sight to shoot. It's like 46. And it's basically strength 4, no AP, -1 damage. It's just good because you don't need line of sight. And then finally I've got 2 Lehman Russes, but I'm having them as kind of like a squad to start off with. They've both got Executioner, what are they called? Exterminator autocannons. So with strength 7, -1, 2 damage. So they both got that. One has 3 heavy bolters. The other has 2 plasma cannons and 1 las cannon. And I've given... So I got 1 tank ace, and then I'm spending another CP for another tank ace, and I'm giving both of them, what's it called? I give them both weapon expert, so it improves the armor penetration characteristic of the turret's weapons. So the auto cannons will be -2, so strength 7, -2 damage. What else? Now for my actual army abilities, or my regiment doctrines they're called, I've gone for gunnery experts. So when you roll, determine the type of characteristic of any weapon a vehicle model with this doctrine is equipped with. You can re-roll 1 dice. Second one I went for is jury rig repairs. At the start of your turn, roll a d6 for each vehicle model from your army with the doctrine that has lost any wounds. On a 2 to 4. That model regains 1 lost wound, and on a 5+, that model regains D3 lost wounds. So that's pretty cool. And yeah, guys, I think that's pretty much it for the Guards army list. And I'm back now in just a sec with the Space Marine army list. Welcome to the Space Marine army list. So today I'm running my own custom chapter. I have made them a Dark Angel successor chapter. The 2 traits they get. Each time a model with this tactic makes an attack, unless that model unit has been moved that turn, excluding piling and consolidation moves, add 1 to the attacker's hit roll. So +1 to hit if I don't move. And then each time a combat attrition test is taken for a unit with this tactic, it is automatically passed. So that's pretty cool as well. I'm running a patrol, Dark Angel's successor chapter, with those two chapter tactics. So today leading the patrol, I've got a captain. He's got a relic blade and a plasma pistol. I've given him Iron Resolve. So I add one to the wounds characteristic of this warlord. Each time a warlord would lose a wound, or 1d6 on a 6, that wound is not lost. Then the relic I've given him is the Armor Indomitus. I add one to the wound characteristic of the barrier, so he gets +2 to his wounds. He has a 2-up save. Once per battle, before making a save throw for the barrier, it can activate a armor force field. If it does, then until the end of the phase, the barrier has a 3-up invuln. So I ignore that once again. So that's my warlord. Then I've got a second HQ. I've got a lieutenant. He's got a chainsword and a combi grav. Then I got 2 troop choices. I've got 2 units of Primaris intercessors. I got one with Stalker bolt rifles, and then the other squad has just got bolt rifles. Both sergeants have a power sword each. So that's my troop choices. Then I've got a heavy unit. So I've got the dev squad. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys in that squad. I got 2 with just regular bolters. I got a sergeant with a combi flamer and a chainsword. Then I've got 2 missile launchers and 2 heavy bolters in the squad. And then finally I've got a flyer, which is I believe it's called a Stormhawk gunship. Stormhawk Interceptor. So it has got a Las Talon, Typhoon missile launchers, and 2 assault cannons. So that's the army list, guys, and I'll be back now in just a sec with the pre-game setup. So this is today's map. So we've got a bunch of ruins. I've got, what, 1, 2, 3, 4 ruins. So they're obscuring and they get +1 to your save. And I've got 4 ruined walls, -1 to hit, and they are difficult terrain. But because it's an ambush, I put the guards in this here. Now it says 12, so it says 18 for the deployment and then 12 each side. I think I done 3 lots of 10. So it's 10 deployment, 10 instead of 12, so I had to change it slightly because of the size of my table. The objective is War of Attrition. Each player adds up the power rating or points values of all enemy units that have destroyed this turn during the battle. If players are not using power ratings or points values, add up the number of all enemy models that have been destroyed during the battle. I'm using points. At the end of the 5th battle round, the player with the highest total is the winner, even if their own army has been completely destroyed. And then the twist I got is Hatred. So when making an attack against the closest enemy unit, reroll a wound roll of 1. The guard are mad at the Imperium, and the Space Marines are mad at the guards, so we got this lot of intense hatred going on. I kind of go over how I've deployed. So I thought it would be a good idea, maybe, to split my Space Marine forces. So over here, I've got my captain and my dev team. And over there is they are just the regular bolt guns. Then over here, I've got the Stalker bolt rifles with my lieutenant. My flyer, I've got my flyer there. Sorry, I forgot the name of the thing. For the guard, I've put my platoon commander and the 10 infantry in the Chimera. Then I've got my 2 Lehman Russers, the 3 heavy bolter ones there, 2 plasma ones there, my Wyvern, and then I've got my tank commander up there. So they're kind of coming down the road, and the Marine's like, haha, surprise. So I've got a dice tray, basic white dice, got some wound dice and measuring tape. And yeah, so I'm just going to roll off the first turn. So kind of like the open play standard for this, I'm going to, well, kind of the open play twist. I'm going to give the Marines +1 to the initiative, because they are the one ambushing the guard. So the Space Marines got a 2, excellent. And the guard Got a 1. Okay, cool. Space Marines will still be going first. So I'll be back now in just a sec with the Space Marines turn 1. For the Space Marines turn 1, I've done my movement. So I gained a command point in my command phase. So the orange dice would be for the Space Marines CP, then this would be for the Guard CP, and this Tau dice would be for the turn. Kind of my tactic for the Space Marine turn. I moved intercessors into the building. They're going to kind of be my sacrifice unit. I'm going to use my devs to shoot at the Leman Russ with the heavy bolters. Then I'm going to do some shots with the Stalker bolt rifles into the Leman Russ as well. And then I'm going to see where I'm at after that. So my flyer can shoot at the specific target. I am thinking about aiming for the tank commander just because he's got a better ballistic skill. Once I've done all my shooting, I'm going to charge those guys into the 2 tanks there if they're still there. I'm also going to do some shooting with their bolt rifles as well, because why not? I was going to do my shooting. So I'm going to start off with my devs. I'm going to do a Hellfire round from one of my heavy bolters. Because I haven't moved, I get +1 to my attack, because I'm the Dark Angel Successor chapter. What the Hellfire round do is I hit, and then if I hit, I do D3 mortal wounds. So I'm going to use this heavy bolter on a 2+. I hit, and I do D3 mortal wounds. 3. Leman Russ has 12 wounds, so it's going to be on 9. Then I've got my other heavy bolter, so I'm just going to do 3 shots and hope for the best, basically. Hitting on 2s. I'm also rerolling 1s because of my captain. Strength 5, toughness 8, 5s and 6s. Still get a wound. It's -2 because I'm in heavy doctrine with the Space Marines. So Leman Russ has a 3-up save, so I have a 5-up. I am going to CP here. Oh, should I? It's 2 damage. And the rockets are -3. But they do D6. No, I'll take the 2 damage. I'm going to save it for the rocket launchers, I think. So I'll take me down to 7 wounds on this Leman Russ. Wherever the hell the 7 is. There it is. Boom. Ooh. Come on now. There you go. So that's on 7 wounds. I've got 2 rocket launchers. They're hitting on 2s. I get to reroll 1s because I'm a captain. They both hit. Then strength 8 versus toughness 8, so it's going to be 4s. Oh damn. They both wound. Now, because it's the heavy doctrine, they are -3. So Leman Russ will have a 6-up save. I'm going to CP one of these to see if I can make it. I know it's not good odds, but there we are. Ooh, no. So, guard are on 2 command points. 2d6 damage. 5, 6, 7, 8. That's enough to take out the tank. Does the tank blow up? No, it doesn't. I would have put my bolters and everything else into that thing, into the tank as well, so I'm just not going to shoot the rest. I know it's not a big deal, but yeah. Devs, take out the tank. That's pretty freaking badass. I'll just put it over here somewhere. That's pretty cool. I'm going to do some Stalker bolt rifle shots, just cause. I mean, they're -3 if they hit, you know. So it's going to be 5 shots. I'm going to go into that Leman Russ. Actually, that's toughness 7, so it'll be 6s, 5s and 6s. But the Leman Russ is scary. I'm going to do my Stalk bolt rifles into the Chimera, actually. So it's 5 shots, hitting on 2s. And then, what was it, 5s and 6s. So that is, I might CP one, just for the lols. No, I'll save the CP for the gunship. Okay, so Stalker bolt rifles are -3 because we're in the heavy doctrine and they're 2 damage. Chimera has a 3-up save, so looking for 6s. We didn't get any, so that's 4 damage. That leaves the Chimera on 6 wounds. Next thing I'm going to go for is my Stormhawk. Literally going to put everything, so the assault cannons, the las tunnel and the Typhoon missiles into the tank commander. I'm going to start off with the assault cannons. So they're a heavy 6, because I have 2 of them, it's double that. Yeah. So I'm hitting on 3s because I've moved. 3s, don't get any rerolls. It is strength 6, toughness 8 for tanks, so 5 and 6s. We get 2. There are -2 because we're in heavy doctrine. So it'll be a 5-up save. I get 1, so the commander takes assault cannon 1 damage. So he will be on 11 wounds. I'm going to do 2 crack from the missile launchers into the commander, hitting on 3s. They both hit. They are strength 8, he's toughness 8, so it's going to be 4s. And they both fail. I'm going to CP one of those, so I'll be down to 3 CP with the Space Marines. Okay, I get it. -3 now because of the heavy doctrine, so 6-up save. Oh, dude. So he fails that, so it is D6 damage. 3. So he's taken 4 wounds altogether, so he'll be on 8. Oh no, he came off. Don't be like that now. Yeah. So he is on 8 wounds. And then finally I've got my last Talon. That is 2 shots as well. Hitting on 3s. Ooh, that's a complete whiff. Not re-rolling anything yet, so that's a whiff. So he didn't do as well as the devs did. So he might be in danger. I have got some bolters there. So I'm going to fire, what was it, they were in rapid fire, so 10 regular bolter shots into the tank commander. Hitting on 3s because I have moved them. 5s and 6s to wound. Oh, we did get a few. Is that 5? Damn. Guys, I'm a dumbass, it's 6s because it's strength 4, toughness 8, so those go away. It's 2 at -1, because we're not in rapid fire doctrine, so 4-up save for the commander. He gets 1, fails 1, he takes another wound. He's on 7, he's not bracketed yet. He needs to lose 1 more wound. Okay. Anyone else I can shoot? I do have a lieutenant with a combi grav, I just need to see the range on it. So I'm going to shoot my grav from my lieutenant into the Chimera, because it's 18 inches and I'm within 18 of that. It's 1 shot, hitting on a 3. He hits. It's strength 5, toughness 7, so it's 5s and 6s. That's a wound. -3 for grav. And it does 2 damage because he has a 3-up save if it goes through. So -3, 6-up. He fails, and because he fails it does 2 damage. So he'll be on 4 wounds. Right, so I'm going to do my, so everything's shot, I'm going to do my charge phase now. Hitting on 6s. I still think it's worth charging these guys into the tank because it'll stop him shooting. You can shoot, but you have to shoot into combat. So I'm just going to go for it. So these Marines are going to charge the commander. And the commander is going to overwatch. So that will leave guard on 1 command point. Space Marines on 3. D6 shots for the Demolisher. 1. Because of my trait, I get to re-roll it. 2. Hell. 6s. Nothing. My las. Misses. 2 heavy flamers. So it's 5. I'm going to spend... Well, they strength 5. They're only 1 damage. get 10. I can technically do... I'm not going to bother re-rolling that. So it's 5, 6, 7. 6, 7. Wounding on 3s because it's a heavy flamer. They are, I believe, a heavy flamer's -1. Yep, so they're -1. So the Space Marines will have a 4-up save. They pass all but 2, so they lose a Marine. I shall take this guy. Poor guy. Then I'm going to make the charge. Hopefully I don't fail this. 10. Yeah, that'll get me in there. Boop. Tag, you're it. Oh, I forgot about combat, we're not too worried about it. Right, so we've tagged it. Do I want to charge anything else? Not really. So that would be that. Okay guys, so it's going to be 9 attacks from the everyone but the Sarge. Oh crap. Yeah. So it's going to be 3s. That goes away, that goes away. Then it's strength 4, toughness 8, so it's going to be 6s. Well, we do get one. There's no Ren to this, so you'll have a 3-up save. Crap, I moved the board. Oh, yeah, you guys, it's a 3-up save, so he's fine. Then I have a power sword. Sergeant has 3 attacks, +1 for the charge, so he has 4 attacks. Hitting on 3s. 2 hits. It is strength 5, toughness 8, so it's going to be 5s and 6s. Ooh, minus... I think it's minus... power sword's -3. It's 6 up for the captain. He fails, and they're just 1 damage each. So he takes 2 wounds. He's bracketed now, so he's on 5. Well, that wasn't too bad. The tank commander gets to hit back. I believe it's D3 hits. 1 on a 6, and that fails. So that's Space Marine turn 1. Quite a spicy turn. Took out a tank, wounded the big boy tank, and wounded a vehicle transport. And yeah. So we'll be back now in just a sec with guard turn 1. So for the guard, I did jury repairs. So I rolled a 6 for the Chimera, so it healed D3, but I only healed the 1, so it's on 5 wounds now. And then for my commander tank, I rolled a 1, I CP'd it, and I rolled another 1, so he didn't gain any wounds back, so that's Q. Then I disembarked my platoon commander and the 10 infantry, and I moved the Chimera 8 to here. And I left everything else where it is. Kind of my plan for this, for the guards turn 1, is have the Wyvern and these guys focus on the devs. The commander's just going to shoot them. That tank is going to do everything into that flyer. So I'm going to give him reroll 1s and shoot and pop smoke from my commander tank to that guy, so at least he'll be -1 to hit next turn. So it's not a great plan, okay, but it's the one we're working with. Done my movement. Oh, I also gain a command point as well, so I'm on 1. The reason I'm on 1 is because I spent it on the reroll and I failed. So 1 command point, guard turn 1. Right, so what do we want to start off with? So I'll do my tank orders. I'm going to give him strike and shroud so he can shoot and pop smoke. Then I'm going to spend a CP for an extra command, and the second command I'm going to give him is gunners kill and kill on sight, sorry. Gunners kill on sight. So he gets to shoot, pop smoke, and he gets to reroll 1s on this tank here. So I think I'm going to get the disappointment 1 out of the way first. So I'm going to shoot my tank first, and he's going to do everything into the flyer. Now he is -1. Because the flyer is flying, but yeah, we'll just go for it. I haven't moved, get to shoot my main turret twice. I'll do the autocannon first into the flyer, so hitting on 5s. Get to reroll 1s. Cool, so that's 1 hit. It's strength 7. So the Stormhawk is toughness 7, so I'm wounding on a 4+. I wound. It's -2. The Stormhawk has a 3+, so it's going to be a 5-up save. Forget it. Lol. I'll shoot it again. My autocannon, sorry. Hitting on 5s. No 1s, no nothing. My last cannon. It's so close. No. I got D3 shots for my plasma. So that's 2, that's 5. I'm going to overcharge this. Because why not? I'm rerolling 1s actually, yeah. Hitting on 5s. Rerolling 1s. I believe, so it becomes -1 to hit, right? So that becomes a 1. And then I get to reroll the 1. Cool. So that's 3 hits. Strength 8, so 3s. 3 wounds. Minus, I need a freaking luck. It's -3, so I have a 6-up save on the flyer. And he gets 2 of them. Cool. And he does fail 1, so he does take 2 damage. So that will leave the Stormhawk on 8 wounds. Boom. That's that tank fired. We're in trouble. I should have maybe shot the devs, I don't know. I popped it. Right, okay. Then we're going to do... Okay guys, so I'm going to do the Chimera first. It's going to put Heavy Stubber, the... what's it called? Multi-laser. And the Seeker missile into the devs. So I'll do... he's hitting on 6s. So I'll do the Seeker missile. That misses, so that's gone. The multi-laser is heavy 3. Hitting on 6s. Ooh, we do get 1. Strength 6. The reason I'm hitting on 6 is because it's -1 because of the ruined wall. Strength 6 on a 3+. No, we failed. Heavy Stubber. Heavy 3. Miss with everything. So that's the Chimera done. Then I got my guard. So where are they? 24 inches. I don't think they're within 12. But so my guard are out of 12. So it's just going to be 1 shot each. Now I've got the sergeant has a las pistol, so he's out of range. So it's going to be 9 shots. Hitting on... it's 9 shots hitting on 5s because they're behind cover. Okay, so we get 3. Oh, sorry, that wasn't... There was 3 there. Strength 3, so it's 5s and 6s. 1 wound, no AP, 3-up save. Take a wound. So I'll just put on one of the regular Marines with just a standard bolter. Okay, so that's pretty much that done. The plan's going well for the guard. I do have a Wyvern, so that's going to shoot. It doesn't need line of sight, and it's going to shoot into the devs. So it's 46 shots going into the devs. 6, 7, 6, 7, 8, 9. I can't count. 6, 7, 10 on 4s. Oh, that's pretty cool. They are strength 4. Strength 4, toughness 4, so 4s. I can reroll, so I don't need line of sight, and I can reroll failed wound rolls with this weapon. So I've got 2 so far, and I get to reroll all these. Got an extra 2, so that's 4. There's no rend to this. So 3 up save. We kill a marine and 1's on a wound. So we'll kill this one and we'll put it on the other standard marine in the unit. Okay, so that's pretty much that. Then I've got my commander shoot then. So I'll do my commander's going into these boys here. So I've got 2 heavy flamers, 8, hitting on, wounding on 3s. Ew. Okay, that's actually pretty good. -1, so 4 up save. That was a 2. So it's 2 marines dead. Do I want to CP 1? I kind of do, I've got CP. I'm going to CP 1. Okay, that's what I get. So I'm on 2 CP with marines, guard have none. I lose 2 marines, so I'll just take these 2. Then I've got the las cannon. So I'm -1 because I'm bracketed, so I'm hitting on a... Let me double check actually. Because I'm -1 and -1 doesn't stack. Because I'm -1 because I'm bracketed and -1 because I'm in combat, so I think it's just a flat -1. Sorry, I forgot that wrong. So my las hitting on a... las cannon hitting on a 4+. Hits, strength 9, so it's going to be a 2. Ooh, it's minus... I think it's either -3 or -4. Let's see what the marine rolls. Oh. Yeah, las cannon's only -3, so a marine's fine on a 6 up. Then I've got my demolisher, so it's D6 shots. 2, I get to reroll that because of my doctrine. Yes, that's better. Good. I'm hitting on 4s. Not so good. Kind of poopy. Do I get to reroll anything? I don't think. No, I don't. Then it's... I think it's like strength 10. That's definitely a wound. -3, so a 6 up save for the marines. They fail, it's D6 damage. 1. Okay, so this marine has got 1 wound left. That's pretty cool, right? And that's everything for oh, I have combat technically. So that's my shooting phase. Then I do combat. So it's D3 hits from my commander. 1 hit it on a 6, and he fails. The marines, do they still get the bonus? Because they charged in their turn. I don't know. I'm just gonna say, hey, no, because it's a different combat phase. So yeah, regular guy gets 2 attacks. Hits with 1, fails the wound. My sergeant has 3 attacks. Hits with 2, 5s and 6s to wound. 1 wound -3, 6 up save. Fails. Does 1 wound with a power sword. So I'll take him down to 4 wounds. Like so. And that is turn 1 for the guard. Not as good as I thought it was going to be. We killed 3 marines. So kind of scary. I do have to do morale technically. So this squad lost 1. Actually, I think Dark Angels just don't do it. If they have to take... I don't think they have to take battle shock tests. The other squad. No, they would have passed anyway. So it's basically turn 2. I've got a command point. I've done my movement. I left the devs where they were. And my captain. I pivoted my Stormhawk and moved it 20. So he's moved there. I've backed out those 2 marines into the building there. And I've moved the lieutenant and the 5 intercessors there. So kind of like my game plan for this turn is to take out the commander tank with my Stormhawk. Use my devs. Maybe use my devs to take out this slot. Tie up the tank with those guys by doing a charge. So the only thing they'll have left is the Wyvern then, if all goes to plan. So devs into these two, Stormhawk into... I might do some assault cannons into the infantry as well. So that's basically my plan. Tie the tank up, take good care of this lot, and just leave the Wyvern for guards turn 2. So the tank there is -1 to hit because he popped smoke. So I'm going to start off with the flyer, the Stormhawk. He is going to do his last talent and 2 crack rockets into the commander tank, and then he's going to do assault cannons into the infantry. So I'll do the assault cannons first. So it's going to be 12 shots going into the infantry, hitting on 3s. No rerolls. Wounding on strength 6, they are toughness 3, so wounding on 2s. Come on, Daz, don't be like that now. Oh, I still failed a bunch. They are minus... they're -1 now, so the guard will have a 6-up save. They pass 1, but they do lose half the unit. 1, 2. Do I care about the Sarge? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. And I'm going to do the Laz into the commander tank. It's heavy 2. Hit it on 3s. I'm going to CP that, I think. Both hits. Strength is... strength 9, so it's going to be 3s to wound. I failed 1. It's -3 now, because I'm no longer in Heavy Doctrine, I'm in Rapid Fire Doctrine. So 6 up. The tank commander fails, it does D6 damage. 6, that kills the commander. Does the commander blow up? He does. Oh, okay, so everything within 6 takes D3 mortal wounds. Those guys are just out because they were there and they moved 6 back, so they're like a tiny bit out, like an inch or so. So it's just going to be the Wyvern and the Leman Russ. So they take D3 wounds, so it's the Wyvern takes 2 and the Leman Russ takes 1. That Leman Russ is on 11, that one's on 9, and the tank commander's dead. My rockets go to waste because I put them into the commander. So that's the Stormhawk done. Then I'm going to do some Stalker bolt rifle shots. I'm going to go into the back of the infantry squad. So it's 5 shots. Hitting on... It's 5 shots hitting on 4s because I moved. That's a bit cocked. 4 hits. Strength 4, so it's going to be 3s. They are -2. I don't think they get a save. Or are they 5 up? No, they don't get a save because they have a 5-up save. So that's the 2 damage each, so that's 4 dice, so just leave the Sarge. Then I'll do my lieutenant. He is going to shoot his bolt rifle. So he has a combi grab, so he's just going to shoot the bolt rifle part into that last guy. Hitting on a 3. And he fails. Then I'll do my devs. My sergeant and the other guy, they can shoot their bolters into the last guy. He's not quite behind the cover, so he doesn't get -1 to hit. So he's hitting on... Oh, I forgot them. +1. Yeah, it doesn't really matter though, because I moved them. And I moved that, yeah, okay. So they have a move to get +1. So hitting on 2s. Both hit. Wounding on 3s. It's 1. Minus... Was it 2? Yeah, because it's... No, it's -1. So yeah, he does have he can get a 6-up. And he doesn't. Oh, sorry guys. And then I'm going to do... I wanted to do all my heavy weapons into the Chimera. So I'm going to spend a CP, so it'll take me now to 2. I'm going to do a Hellfire round. So one of my heavy bolters hits on a 2+, hits, and it does D3 mortal wounds. I'm going to CP that, does 3, so I'm on 1 command point for the Space Marines. So that will leave this commander on 2 wounds. Then I got the other heavy bolter. Now we roll on 1s because captain. Strength 5, 5s and 6s, 1 wound. We could do it, -1. It doesn't. Then we got the 2 rocket launchers. I'm going to do crack. Both hits. Strength 8, 3s. I think it's toughness 7. Commander. It is. So that's 1 wound. It's -2 now. It fails and it does D6 damage. It leaves it on 1 wound. That's pretty much it for shooting. I'm going to do a charge from these guys. So I'm going to do my intercessors first into the tank. I can't overwatch with a tank because I have no CP. A 6. No, a 6 is just out. So I'm going to CP it. Oh crap, I knocked all over it. Now I'm going to CP the reroll. And I get worse. So that goes that plan. So that is Space Marine turn 2. Okay guys, so it's got turn 2. I got a CP. I've done my jury rig repairs. I healed 1 wound on this guy because I rolled a 3. This one's back to normal now, so he's got his 4 wounds, and I didn't heal any on the Wyvern. So my tactics for guard turn 2 is the following. Oh, right, sorry. Movement. I moved this guy 5. I moved this guy 6, and I moved this one 4. I left the Wyvern where he is. I can shoot my main cannon twice now, because I only moved half. So basically, everything but the Wyvern is going into the flyer. The Wyvern is going into... I'm going to see if I can pick off those 2 last guys. So that's 1 less threat to worry about. And then I'm going to charge the dev squad with my platoon commander and the Chimera. So I charge them. They're tied up even if they back out. And also if they blow up, you know, if it blows up I can do some wounds that way. And it frees up my tank then for at least a turn to do some shooting. So yeah, so take out the flyer, take out those 2 Marines, tie up those Marines. That's my idea for turn 2 for guard. Right, so I'm going to give an order to... The platoon commander is going to order himself to reroll 1s. The Wyvern... Right, let's start off with the Wyvern, I think. So it's 46. I realised, I think I can reroll these. Okay guys, so I get to reroll 1 of them because of my Doctrine. And then I'm going to spend a CP to reroll... no, I'm not. I kind of want to save the CP for the flyer, so I'm not going to do that. So I'm just going to reroll this one with my Doctrine, okay, for a number of shots. There you go. So it's 5, 6, 7, 10, 16. 16 shots going into those 2 Marines. I'm hitting on 4s. That one's a bit cocked. It's not flat. What is it? 6. And then we are wounding on 4s. And I get to re-roll because of just that's how the weapon works. Okay, so I get 3. Now, if they get all 1s, they die. So that's something. So I get +1, so it's a 2-up save. Close. So we kill 1 and leaves 1 on 1 wound, so just leave the sergeant on a wound. Yeah. Okay, so that's the Wyvern shot. Then I'm going to do a plasma pistol from my commissar, no, my platoon commander, he's going into the flyer. Just because it's -1 shooting at these guys anyway, so I might as well go for the flyer because I'm going to attempt to charge them anyway. And I have worked it out. I can pivot 90 and stay on the board if I land where the dice tray is, so that's why I'm going to focus fire on it. So, plasma pistol. I believe that hits. No, it's -1, so that's a 3. Yeah, so I need 5s to hit. So he fails with that. This guy is going to do his heavy stubber and the multi-glass into this. So the heavy stubber is heavy 3, hitting on 6s. Gets 1, strength 4. Fails to wound. The multi-las is heavy 3. Hitting on 6s. Nothing. Then finally I've got my Lehman Russ tank. He's putting everything into the flyer. So the autocannon. Sitting on 5s. So that's 1 hit. Strength 7, so it's a 4. That's a wound. It's -2. 5 up. That's a fail. So I'll CP it. No, I got a las can. Ooh, would I CP it now? No, I'm going to save the CP for the las cannon, I think. Because that's scary. So, I fail 1, it takes 2 damage, so that would take me down to 6 wounds. With that, shoot it again. Hitting on 5s. That was a bit caught. So, 1 hit, 4s. Fails to wound. Do I want to CP it? Because it's a wound. But I'm going to CP it and regret it later. 4s. Damn it! Right, that failed. Lol. Then we've got the las cannon, or the whatever the big gun is on the front. Hits on a 5, it hits. It's strength 9. 3s. See, if I had a CP right now, that would be so good. Out of curiosity. Oh, my days, it gets even... Oh. Right, okay. 2 plasma cannons. It's 2d3. I will overcharge. I get to reroll 1 dice because of my doctrine. So it's 3, 4, 5. Hitting on 5s. You get 3. Strength 8. 3s. Oh no. It's just 1. Oh, dude, that freaking sucks. I'm so bummed about the las. Right, okay. It's minus... I think it has a 6-up save. It fails, so it takes 2 damage. I've also been forgetting to keep track of hatred. I don't think it has mattered. Because I haven't rolled any 1s, I don't think, to wound. I think that was a 2 I rolled last time. Yeah, anyway, I do apologize for not keeping track of that. So it takes 2 wounds, so I'll leave it on 4. Well, we could have got it. Okay, so I rolled a 3 to hit. Would it have made it save? It wouldn't have. Would I have killed it? I had 4 wounds, 6 wounds left. No, I wouldn't have killed it anyway. It would have just been on 2 wounds instead of 4. Right. So that's my shooting. Didn't quite... It was close, but didn't quite get my plan through. Then I'm going to do some charging. I do have 1 CP. I'm going to charge with my platoon commander first into the Marines. I'm not going to bother. Actually, if I kill him, I only have to deal with the tank instead of dealing with him and the tank. What else would I spend my CP on? No, I'm not going to bother. I'm not going to bother because he needs a decent charge anyway. So I'm just going to roll my charge. A 4. So, nope, he fails. The Chimera's going to do it. So now I'm going to spend the command point. 2 rocket launchers on 6s. 1 hits. It is... Actually, do they get the +1? I think they get +1 to the attack because they're Dark Angels, so that becomes a 6. So that's 2 hits, strength 8, 3s. Low. Yeah, they failed that. Then I've got heavy bolters. So I have 2 of those. 5s and 6s. Oh, 6s. Yeah, it's 5 and 6s, right? I'm pretty sure that's how it works for the Dark Angels in the Codex, in the Space Marine Codex. Sorry if I'm cheating. Strength 5s and 6s. I do get 2. They are -1. -1. 3 up is a 4 up. They're fine. The Sergeant and the regular guy with bolters. 5 and 6s. 1 hit. Fails to wound. I'm pretty sure my Sergeant's within 12 of it. Oh no, he's not being charged, never mind. Yep, so it's just the Chimera making a charge now into those devs. 10. Yeah, let's get it in. Please don't hurt me. Boop, 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 boop. So I've charged the devs. Woo! So I got that objective. That's, well, that kind of strategy done. Not just kill it in combat now. Right. So it gets 1 attack on a 6. It fails. I'll just move like that. So they're all attacking it. Sergeant has a chainsword. They've been charged. So Sergeant has 2 attacks normally. 1 for the chainsword, 1 for being charged. So he has 4 attacks with his chainsword. Ooh. Hitting on 3s. Rerolling 1s because of the captain. Strength 4. So it's 5s and 6s. No, it's just 6s, sorry. No, it is 5s and 6s because it's only toughness 7. 1 fails. It's -1. He passes. And 10 attacks from everyone else. 3s. Rerolling 1s because of the cap. Yeah, it is 3 because I piled in technically, didn't I? And then it's... Strength is 5 and 6s. I got 2. That's enough. Double 1 or double whatever. No, it takes wound. So it's got 1 wound left. Out of curiosity, would it have blown up? It would have. So that's pretty cool. So Chimera's on 1 wound. The devs are charged. So that's 1 threat dealt with for a turn. And that's Guard's turn. Okay guys, so I've done my movement for turn 3. I've got a command point for the Space Marines. So I pivoted 19 and moved 20. So next turn now, if there's going to be a next turn, my flyer will be off the board. And then he could come back as a reserve. I backed up my devs and my captain. My captain's in range. So because my captain technically wasn't in combat, he can still shoot. So his pistol can shoot, plasma pistol. I've also got, I moved that guy down. He's got a regular bolt rifle. Maybe he could take the final wound off it. I don't know. So I technically got 2 shots coming in onto that. I moved these guys forward as well. My lieutenant's going that way. These guys going this way. So basically my objective my objective for the Space Marines this turn is have the gunship. He's hitting on 4s now because he is bracketed. So he's going to do his assault cannon to the company commander. The lads and the rockets going into the Lehman Russ. Those Marines then, so the lieutenant's going to charge the Wyvern, and the intercessors are going to charge the Lehman Russ if it isn't destroyed. So it's holding them up for a turn, and really just focus on taking out this Chimera to stop me being charged, and just kill that guy as well. And yeah, so that's the objective. Tie up the tanks, do some damage to it, kill that guy, the Plume Commander, and take this out as well. And that's pretty much it. I'm going to start off with my captain. I'm going to do a last pistol shot overcharged into this. So hitting on a 2. I get to reroll 1s because of himself. Hits. Strength 8. I'm going to CP it. So it's toughness 7. So it wounds on a 3. It's -3. I'm still in... I'm still going to pick... Does it matter? What is it? Turn 3. And then turn 4 it's assault. So turn 1 it's heavy. Turn 2 it's rapid fire. Turn 3 I pick. I'm going to pick assault. Sorry guys. So pistols and melee weapons are an extra minus now? Is that how it works? Yeah, okay guys, so turn 3 I'm going into Assault Doctrine. So pistols and melee has an extra -1 AP. Just because I don't really have anything else that benefits. I mean, my heavy weapons are heavy. I have the odd bolter, so there's no point. So I'm just going into melee, an extra AP. Right, so I wounded on a 3. It's -3, so I have a 6-up save. I fail. It does kill it. Does it blow up? It doesn't, so that's the Chimera removed. That guy can see him through the window, but there, so he's going to take a shot. I believe he's in rapid fire range. So hitting on 3s, fails with 1. Wounding on a 3. Wounds, it's -1. He passes. Then I'll do this gunship. He's the assault cannons into that guy and everything else into the tank. So we'll start off with 12 shots from the assault cannons into the platoon commander, hitting on 4s because I'm wounded. Strength 6, he's toughness 3, so it's going to be 2s. It is minus... What minus is it? It's -1. Let's see what I roll. That's a bit cocked. Right, I passed 2. And I failed, so that's 2 damage. Soul Cannon is 1 damage, so... 3 damage. I just need to see how many wounds he's got. Okay guys, so a platoon commander has 3 wounds, so that's enough to kill him. Then I'll do 2 crack rockets into the Lehman Russ, hitting on 4s. No rerolls. Do I want to CP it? No, just because I want to wound. 1 hit, strength 8 on a 4. I'll CP that, so I'm out of CP now. It wounds, it's -2, so 5-up save. He fails, does d6 damage. 1. So he's on 11. Dude, I'm crap with CP. Sorry if that hurts you by watching that. Right, okay. Then I got my Laz. Heavy 2. And they both miss. So the tank's still in it from the gunship. Then I got 5 Stalker bolt rifles. They shall go... Where should they go? Right, okay guys, so what I've decided to do, I'm just going to put all 5 bolter shots into the Lehman Russ, because I forget the Lehman Russ can heal. From Stalker bolt rifles, sitting on 4s, because I moved. 2 hits. 6s. Nothing. Then my Lieutenant's Grav is going into the Lehman Russ, so he's in rapid fire, so it's rapid fire 1 for Grav. Hitting on 3s, both hit. Wounding on 5s and 6s, nothing. And I'm going to do some charges. My Tactical Marines are going into the Lehman Russ, and the Lieutenant's going into the Wyvern. The Lieutenant gets a 10, so he's just going to tag it. I also forgot that there is a flamer on that thing as well, but I haven't got any CP to Overwatch. Then the Intercessors got a 5, 6, 7, so they'll just tag it as well, and hopefully don't die. Boom. Okay. I'm not going to charge anything else. Okay guys, so my lieutenant into the wyvern. He's got 5 attacks, 1 for the charge, 1 for the chainsword. Hitting on 2s. That's a bit... it doesn't get to reroll. Strength 4, toughness 6, so 5 and 6 is the wound. He gets 1 wound. It's -2, because 1 for the chainsaw, 1 for the doctrine. That's a fail. I believe a chainsaw is just 1 damage, right? Start each chainsword. Each time fights make 1 doesn't. Yeah, okay. So, size chainsaw does 1 wound to the wyvern, so it's on 8. It's got 8 wounds left. Oh, you drunk. There you go. 8 wounds left. Then my Primaris Marines, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4. They have 2 attacks each, so that's 8. 11, 12. 12 attacks, because they charged. 4, 4, and then another 4. 3s. No rerolls. And then it is 6s to wound. Nothing. Sarge has 3 attacks, 1 for the charge, 1 for the chainsaw, so he has 5 attacks. Hitting on 3s. Strength 5 because of the power sword, so it's 5s and 6s. He's got 2 wounds. Minus... I think it's -4 now. Power sword. Power sword. Yep, it's -4. The Leman Russ doesn't get a save, so he just takes 2 damage. So that'll take him down to 9 wounds. Cool. Then they get to hit back. I think. Let me have a look. Yep, so they're still on top bracket, so they have 3 attacks. So Wyvern into the Lieutenant, 6s. Nothing. Leman Russ tank into the Marines, 6s. Oh, 1 hit. Strength, I take it it's a lot, it's a tank, right? Strength 7, so it's going to be a 3. Wounds, there's no rend, I don't think. Yeah, he's fine. Because it doesn't say it's just a standard attack, yeah. So he kind of ran over his toe and he's like, ow, bro. That was Space Marine turn 3. I'm gonna try guard turn 3. So we'll see where we're at after guard turn 3. I just did my jury rig repairs. I healed 1 wound on my Leman Russ because I rolled a 4. Then I rolled a 6 with my Wyvern, and then I rolled a 4. So I got 2 wounds back on that, so they're both on 10 wounds. Right, so I'm going to shoot my Wyvern into the Lieutenant. So it's 46. I am not going to reroll any of those. So what is that? 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 plus 5. It's 21. I am hitting on 5s though, because they're using combat with me. So this plus another one. Hitting on 5s. I do technically get a free reroll because the extra shot. What do we get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess. I'm going to save my CP reroll for the Leman Russ. And then it's wounding on strength 4, toughness 4, 4s. I do get to reroll wound rolls. So it's 4 wounds. It's no AP, so the Lieutenant have a 3-up save. He takes a wound. I believe he's got 3 left. So that leaves the Lieutenant on 3 wounds. The Leman Russ. So he's going to shoot his autocannon twice because he hasn't moved. So the first round, he is hitting on 5s. So the first lot whiff. Second lot, 1 hit, strength 7 on a 3. Wounds, it's -2, 5 up for the Marine, he gets it. The Laz misses. I'm gonna do... I keep forgetting about hatred. Sorry. So it's 2d3, so it's... I'm overcharging as well, because why not? 3, 4, 5... Yep, 5. Hitting on 5s. Right. So we take a mortal wound. I'm gonna CP1. Yeah. I take a mortal wound. Strength 8 on a 3, on a 2 actually gets it. It's -3. That's 2 damage, so that kills a marine. So I'm on 9 wounds, and I kill a marine, like so. It's combat. Technically the marines go first, so the lieutenant, he has 4 attacks now. 2s, 5s and 6s, 1 wound, -1. The wyvern's fine. Sergeant, he has 3 attacks. Yeah. Hits twice. 5s and 6s, nothing. 2, 4, 6. Yes. Hitting on 3s. 5s and 6s. Ooh, 2 wounds. Oh, it's -2. Fails 1, passes 1. So this is down to 8. Punched a tank really hard. Then the tanks get the hit. 3 attacks from the Leman Russ, 6s. Nothing from the Wyvern, 6s. And nothing. I still have a CP, I believe. I haven't spent it. Right, so that's guards turn 3. They're still tangled. I'm going to play Space Marines turn 4 and see how that goes. So I'll be back now in just a sec. Okay guys, Space Marines turn 4. I backed the Space Marines out of, well, I backed those Space Marines out of combat. I left the Lieutenant in combat. I moved that guy 6 so he can charge the tank if the devs fail. And my flyer's gone off the board and he's coming back in a later turn. Okay, we're going to straight up try and kill the tank. So we'll do the devs, the only thing they can shoot. So 2 rockets. Here, they haven't... Did they move? No, they haven't moved. So they're hitting on 2s. Yes. Because they're Dark Angels, technically. Strength 8, so 4s. Ooh, they are -2. So -2, 3 up save, 4, 5. I'm going to spend my CP. No. So that's a fail. So 1 goes through. It's D6 damage. 4. Yeah, that's a good number. I'll keep the 4. 4 health. Then I'm going to do a Hellfire round with my command point. So my bolter is hitting on a 2. Oh, dude. Oh, my days, come on. It hits and it does D3. 3, so that leaves the Leman Russ on 1 wound. And then I've got my other heavy bolter hitting on 5. 2s, rerolling 1s because of the Sarge. Strength 5, toughness 8, 5s and 6s. 1 wound, -1, 4 up, and it's fine. Alright, it's got 1 wound left. That guy is gonna... Okay, that sergeant, he's gonna throw a grenade at the tank. Assault 1, hitting on a hitting on a 3. Hits is strength 6, so it's 5s and 6s to wound. Nay, he fails. Then he is going to charge. Oh, that's what I wanted to say. My CP falls the freaking charge. Right, never mind. So my sergeant's going to charge the tank. Gets a 6. So I think that's fine, but I'm just double checking. Yeah, that get him in. Boom. And technically the Wyvern will fight. Oh no, charges go first. So the Sarge, 3 attacks, 1 for the charge. She's got 4 attacks, 3s. Ooh, 5s and 6s because of the power sword. Ooh, -4 because we're in that doctrine. Power sword. Yeah. Yeah, so it's -4. Lemurus doesn't get a save, so it dies. Does it blow up? I just realised. Nope. So the Lemur, so I can imagine that Space Marine just hops in the tank and kills everyone inside, and it's kind of like deactivated. So that kills the tank. That's pretty freaking badass. Actually, he threw a grenade and then he went in there with a sword. Then the Wyvern gets 3 attacks against the Lieutenant. 6s, nothing. Lieutenant, 4 attacks. 5 with the chainsword? No, I think it's just 4 attacks. 4 attacks with the chainsword. 2s, 5s and 6s. 2 wounds, -2. 1 fails. So that'll be down to 9 wounds. Like so. So that's Space Marine turn 4. Because I lost the tank, I'm going to concede it there. Space Marines came in and they dealt with all the traitors. They did take some casualties, the glory of the Emperor. Space Marine victory, just because of how many points have been killed. There's only a Wyvern left. The only reason I'm not playing with it is going to shoot the Lieutenant, maybe kill him. But I've got Devs and the Flyer coming back, so that could probably take it out. Just a few of my thoughts about the game, even though I was playing by myself. Lol. I enjoyed the scenario. It's a pretty cool scenario. You know, a bunch of Space Marines just ambushing some traitors while like they're on the way to reinforce a line or something like that. It's just badass. I liked it was like an armoured convoy as well. Like they had infantry in the vehicles, they had the artillery, everything like that. And the Space Marines were just working with what they had. They had rocket launchers, they did have some air support, but they did have regular bolters as well. But it worked out in the end for the Space Marines. I think the lists were balanced enough. I mean, the Space Marines had the cover, but the tanks had the armour. And I was kind of really lucky at the start with the Devs. I think the Guards were kind of had a bad rolling, and it didn't help. I did make a few mistakes while playing with the Guards. Like shooting at that Flyer, hitting on fires is not a good idea. But the reason I was looking at it was because the Devs were behind the cover, which made them -1 to hit as well. So I was thinking maybe charge, maybe shoot the aircraft, because that's got a lot of firepower. It's got the layers and the rocket launchers and the assault cannons. I straight up forgot Hatred, the twist. So I apologise about that. But yeah, I did think it was a good game. It's just cool just playing with my armies and stuff, like minis. Awesome miniatures, love the Devs, love the tanks and everything with all the freaking artillery pieces with the Guard. I am looking forward to see what they get with like a Guard Codex, which I believe is coming after Chaos, so it's still a while yet. The Hellfire round with the heavy bolt that just do a D3 more wounds is pretty cool. Hitting on a 2+, doing D3 more wounds, I do like that one. They did nerf the rocket launcher one. The rocket launcher only works on aircraft now. And I don't really see, well, I don't really have, the only aircraft I have is that, the Stormhawk. Hopefully you saw some rules, maybe you saw some tactics, you thought, oh, that's pretty good. If you have anything to say, just leave it in the comments, stuff like that. I would appreciate maybe a like or a sub, that'd be pretty cool. And yeah, I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.